LBW decisions, you can make a sound case. Okay? Right, now we're going to cover the law. I'm not going to talk over myself, I'm going to draw for you. When making an LBW decision, what is the first thing that you need to consider? We're going to start on the right. If you already answered the question, you're done. What's the first thing that you need to take note of when you make an LBW? No. Ranger?
If the ball's a legal ball.
When a ball's a legal ball, meaning what? Let's go this side. It's not a no ball. Let's expound on no ball. What no ball? We're gonna start this, guys. Let's start this side and we'll move this side, okay?
Front foot no ball.
Okay, front foot no ball. Getting over. Only a front foot?
Back foot.
Back foot meaning? Back foot touching the return crease. Anything else?
Practice.
Height the half waist, that doesn't really affect decision because it's already high. Unless you Thank you, that's another one. We're only speaking about the no ball that affects your LBW decision. Eh? You got it? Okay. So if a bowler breaks, it's a no ball, okay? Another one? Fielding restrictions, thank you. Sorry guys, anything else? Ball bounces twice before what? Before the popping crease. Can you give up? LBW? No? Anything else? Yes, thank you. The wicket keeper's gloves, it's in front of the stumps. Okay? So that's a no ball. Strikers in will call it. There's a big shout for LBW. Okay? Out, not out? Not out. There's one more, but it's very rare that it will happen.
Wrong side. Two fielders behind the popping crease. Sorry, more than two fielders behind the popping crease on the leg side.
Yes, behind screen on the leg side, more than two fielders. The no ball, won't give out LBW. There's one more.
The bowler of the rubber.
Sorry. Here we go. Yeah. You already answered, but okay. Yes.
Imaginary line.
Ball crossing, imaginary line and the ball is bowling, it's a no ball. That's yes. Thank you, Adrian.
We talk about the keeper collecting the ball from the stump. Obviously, the LBW ball and the keeper's gloves is there. You catch the ball from the stump. So how?
Stop balling.
Sorry.
Just
And the ball is
but the ball is back to bag. So we can't catch the ball. Even if it stands like this here, when you catch the ball, what do they only catch the other stuff? That's what funny source.
Let's talk about the no ball because we're there now. When do you call no ball? When the keeper's hands are either parallel or in front. When the striker's in corner.
As soon as the ball is delivered.
Once the ball is alive and the ball is in place. So if his hands are in front.
It comes back even.
Yes, even if he pulls it back. It's supposed to be called a no ball already. That will disregard the LBW shout. Okay? Fielding restriction we cover. There's one more. Yes. And important note. Also you have to check when the ball is played. When he can come in front as well. Okay? Or it comes into contact with the body of the batsman. Now, there's one more that's very rare that it will happen. Yes. Thank you. Change of delivery. A right hand bowler bowling over the wicket. The right hand batsman suddenly goes around the wicket. He doesn't inform the umpire. Umpire will call and signal no ball, and obviously disallow the LBW shout. Not out. There's one more.
Illegal fielder.
We already covered that. Illegal
Fielder going off the field and coming back on without notifying the umpire.
Yes, but that's call and signal.
penalty run.
That's penalty runs and then more. There's one more, I'm going to give it to you, but it's very rare.
Bowling off the wicket.
It's when a bowler bowls a ball and somehow pitches off the wicket and comes back.
Well done, Abu. Years of
Okay?
experience.
You need to be vigilant. There's some fields that has like a small little grass lip, you know, when it hits that. Remember the law says pass, it doesn't have to be the whole ball. Just a section of the ball, off the pitch, you call it signal, no ball, you can't give out LBW. Okay? So we've covered that, okay? I can see we've grown already, we've learned a lot. What is the second thing that you take note of? We're going to go this side now. After you've determined that the ball is legal, what is your next point of reference? You're standing. Where is it? Pitching. Okay, let's go to pitching.
Sorry,
Where is the ball allowed to pitch? For a right hand, let's just say right hand batsman. Right hand batsman?
Outside ball.
Okay, so it's allowed to pitch out and off or in back.
Okay, perfect, thank you. Okay. Jamie, outside off or wicket to wicket, okay? Where is it not allowed to pitch?
Outside leg.
Outside, leg on the leg side, okay? Outside leg. Okay, so now you've determined it's not a no ball. Secondly, you've determined that the ball pitched either on the off side or between wicket and wicket. What's the third thing that you take note of? We're going to go this side now.
The impact.
Sorry?
The impact.
Where must the impact be?
If it hit the bat or the pad.
Impact? Where did it hit?
The bat or the pad.
All yours. All yours.
So if it bounces and it hits the bat, then obviously the bat is first.
Okay.
Yeah, and if it hits the pad first, you have to look for
Okay.
that.
So we're looking at what does it basically make contact with first. If it's back pad, what's your decision? Not out. Okay. If it's pad back, is he in contention? Let's put it like that. Is he a candidate? Pad back. Okay. My second question is, what if the ball hits him simultaneously, same time?
Who wants down?
There we go. Same time. Let's go this side.
It's going down after it.
Why is it not out? What does the law say about this? Because you must give an answer to when they ask you, in case they ask you. The law is very clear on this one. If it hits simultaneously bat and pad, the umpire must regard it as having hit the bat first.
Yeah.
Okay? Simultaneous. Sometimes the sounds are like very close to each other, okay? When in doubt, not out. You'll have two sounds. The fielding team will say, but umpy, that was definitely pad first. Your response will be that you heard two sounds. Okay? You heard two sounds. It's a difficult call to decide which one came first, but regarded as hitting the bat first. Okay? Now what about non-pitching deliveries?
Must be CT, yeah.
A bowler bowls a ball, it doesn't pitch. So how are you going to determine now? It doesn't pitch, it hits in counts, hits in solid. The impact here is very important. Okay? Now, Session Tendulkar. The Veterans League Player of the Year. Okay, that was his last match. He gave you out now. Okay. Okay, batting.
Looks like that's it.
Yeah, he changed it. Okay. So now what happens? A bowler bowls a ball. We only discussed the pad now. And he bends down all the way. Down, down, down. How low can you go? And it hits him on the body. It's not the pad. Is he a candidate for LBW? Yes. Any part of this person. Thank you. Any part of it can even hit the helmet, okay? That is something that you need to take note of. Okay? What is the last point? We're We're gonna go this side now. What is the last point?
Sorry, Gaynor. Have we discussed which line the impact needs to be?
Line.
In line with the stumps, outside leg, outside off?
Let's go there. Impact. Where does impact need to be? In line meaning what? Between wicket to wicket. Impact. Oh, wicket to wicket. If he steps outside the line, takes a huge step outside, and impact out, not out, it's coming in, it's a spinner. No. So the impact has to be between wicket to wicket. Okay? Cannot be outside the line of the wicket. Now, we're gonna come to that later, or let me cover it now. When is the only time that a wicket, that impact can be outside the line? When it doesn't offer a shot. Does it mean on the leg side, on the off side? Yeah, the impact must be outside the line of the off stump. Okay, the batter doesn't offer a shot with what? What does the law say? With the bat, that is very important. Okay, he doesn't make any attempt to hit the ball with the bat. And now it's an off spinner. It's hitting him outside the line of the off stump. And you judge it to have been going on to hit the stumps. Can you give it up? Yes. Very tough decision to make. Good umpiring practice. Good umpiring practice, you always check what type of bowler it is. You get off spinners that just bowl straight. They just call themselves off spinners. I don't know why. You need to judge the wicket as well. You get guys who get a lot of turn. They get so much turn. Even if the impact is outside the line of the off stump, they can still miss. Okay? That's a judgment call in every different match, different wicket, different umpire. We all see it differently. Some would say out, some would say not out. Okay? Right, what is the last thing? I think we covered it already. The last thing you need to take note of. Is the ball going on to hit the stumps? That is the magic call, okay? Is the ball going on to hit the stumps? And that's how you make your call. Now, you see, let me use Alvin. Let me example, Alvin bowler. Umpire. Putting Alvin on the spot now, okay? Okay, you have a right-handed batsman. There you can help, they'll help you, your team will help you, ne? You have a right-handed batsman, okay? You have a pace bowler, right arm coming over the wicket. When he starts his run-up, he's halfway into his run-up, it's a right-handed batsman. He switches over and he's now a left-handed batsman. And the ball pitches here, and he's on his back foot. In line, wicket to wicket. Out, not out, wide. Okay? Both sides pick up?
Both sides.
Okay. Anybody want to help him in this group? As I repeat it again. You have a right-hand bowler bowling to a right-handed batsman. The bowler has already started his run-up. The bowler is halfway through. He switches over. Now the ball pitches, which is now on the offside. Was his offside is now his leg side. Ball pitches. Out, not out. Okay. Anybody else want to give it a shot?
Okay. You as an umpire must be clear that the batsman, his original stance, he was a right-handed batsman. So the ball pitches outside, off stump, whatever, you can it for LBW. Obviously in this case, if he had turned around to be like a switch, the ball is there, it's in line, you can give it out. Sorry, that's the way I'm seeing it.
Okay.
So,
Let's go to what the law says, okay?
It's not so wide. Wide is another fine. The ball drops into the right.
Okay.
offside of the striker shall be determined by the striker's stance from the moment the ball comes into play.
I thank you. Thank you. So, that's the correct answer.
World class.
So when the
Fella.
ball comes into play, and he's a right-handed batsman, so when does the ball come into play? Let's start there. When the bowler starts his run-up, he's taking his first step, okay? So if he is right-handed, when he takes his first step, he remains a right-hander. He switches over. Yeah. So this will what will this then be now? It will still be his offside, okay? And now it hits him on his back leg. Out, in line. Ball is illegal. He's out. Here I come with copy, please. Okay, he is out. So it's important to determine when the bowler starts his run-up. Now that can be difficult, right? Because you can't see behind you. You can't see behind you, okay? But what you can do is, especially if the bowler is a long run-up, when you are umpire in position, don't be quick to stand here. Now you're setting up, they're still tossing the ball to each other behind. What we do is, the minute he turns, you can turn. That's just a technique I use. Okay? It's a technique I use. Because sometimes you hear so early and he's still practicing his bowling at the back. No? Turn. That's why your markings is important, okay? Get into position, set up. Now you know. Okay, he's already started. This is a right-handed batsman. Okay? So you determine it from the start of play. Any questions on that one? With the LBW call? No, I would not. Because you know why? That is a decision that bowlers and umpire must own. That's one that you own. If you're going to consult with the strikers in, no.
Regarding the start of his action,
I would not recommend that at all.
I don't know it.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Yeah. They're going to think you're consulting about other things. Okay? So don't be stuck. Move. With a spinner, it should be easy for you. Okay? The spinner is right here. Plus you can hear the footsteps running up. Okay, he's in position. He's a right-handed or a left-handed batsman.
Gaynor, just when a batsman attempts to play a shot and then pulls out like he or she is pretending to lean with the intent and the ball hits the pad, would that be an intent to play or an intent to not play the ball at all?
That's a judgment call from you as an umpire. Do you believe that he's intending to play the ball with his back? For me, it's a yes. But for someone else, it will be a no. For me, the minute he's leading with his back, it's intention to play the ball. Now he suddenly leaves it, that's something else. Okay? Judge it for me from his first movement. That's how I would do it. Judge from the first movement. Okay. One more thing.
I think that law comes into play for that LBW. You can apply it as attempted a shot because of the law of leg bar is not awarded. So the wording attempting a shot will still then apply.
The law speaks about the genuine attempt to play the ball. But some guys can be very sneaky. Some guys will be, I think Abdullah always uses this example, where they play and they hide their bat behind their pad. How do you judge that as being a genuine attempt? Well, sometimes it's just a backer that can't read spin. So he'll just hide it as if he's not attempting a shot, but for me, he's leading with his back. That's me. Okay? You need to make that call. It's a judgment call from your side. There's one point that we have missed. What happens? Impact. There's impact. Firstly, he plays a shot. The first impact is outside. Boom. That's the first impact. The second impact, back leg. Boom. In line, there's an appeal. What is your response?
He's playing a shot. He's playing a shot.
He's playing the shot, everything. The first impact is outside. outside the line of the off stump, the second impact is back foot, wicket to wicket. There's an appeal. Thank you. You will always judge it from the first impact. Okay? The law covers that as well. First impact, second impact doesn't count. Right?
I'm going to speak just everybody. I've got a question. LBW. Batter is standing on the crease. As the bowler is coming into bowl, he advances, but he ends up before the danger mark. Now it ends up being a low full toss, like you're on the shoe basically. What do you do as umpire? Because I had a situation, I told the field, the bowler, like there's such a lot of space to the left, I don't know what the ball's going to do after that. His response to me was, according to law, that if it hits the bowler on the full, I have to assume it's going straight. Well, that was his response.
I'm going to bet it this way. What would you do? It's interactive, your answers, guys. It's a learning platform here. Okay? That's a matter of opinion. Eh? The loss, the judgment, yes, which is it's fair. Okay? He's saying that the point of impact might have been wicket to wicket, but in his judgment was not going to go on to the stumps, which is the final ball. Anybody has a different? No one. Make your call. I think he's leading into the next step that I wanted to speak about, non-verbal communication between umpires. So Bumpy,
Can I just say something quickly before we finish?
Yes.
In 1991, we had Dickie Bird here to speak about LBW, okay? And he had 10 sort of selected deliveries, wicket to wicket, that put the batsman in the crease, okay, to know the runs. He asked us how many times we could ball hit the wicket. And I said probably every time. He replayed those clips, and not one ball hit the wicket, and not one ball went over the wicket. Okay? So we must be very careful, especially when a guy's coming from the extreme side, bowling around the wicket, even bowling out the wicket. He delivers from here, just inside the return crease. Even if he's caught in front, that ball could possibly move. And that you learn with experience. And you've been standing for such a long time. I certainly know what I'm saying about. But Dickie Bird was having selected balls that you see some that even when you stand, you see crikey, if the guy had to play out that hit him when he stand, then the ball just missed the next time or the off stump. But just bear that in mind, okay? If he's coming from the extreme side bowling.
Thank you, Uncle Godfrey. They say you can't buy experience at ShopRite, right? Okay, so what Uncle Godfrey is also speaking about is the trajectory of the ball. Okay, you need to determine if it's angling this way, if it's coming back into the stumps. That's a judgment call. Umpires will call it differently, but it's ultimately your decision. You need to own that decision. Okay? Now, as much as you cannot refer with or confer with your fellow umpire on the decision of LBW, we can assist each other. Okay? So now I'm at striker's end umpire. Okay, Bumpy's bowler's end. What can I possibly do in this position to assist him in making a sound LBW decision? What can I do? Anybody? Okay? That's the first one I wanted to cover. You need to show more or less where the batter is standing. Okay? That can help with the decision, the question that you asked. Okay? Like he's so much outside his crease. But also, as much as you're showing he's so much out of the crease, you get some batters who take that stance but take a step back when they play. So that is something the bowlers in umpire needs to determine now, whether he's outside or for outside. Guys, don't just do this. Show how much. This can be a difference between a sound decision and saying this and a bad decision, because now you just decided to show the umpire is outside his crease. Is there anything else? I think that involved or no bat involved. You can assist, okay? But when you see your partner take that shotgun out, okay? He's busy going already. Don't continue. You know, you're busy selling your partner. Just pull back. Eh? Let's say you're rubbing lotion on your hands or something, okay? Then don't sell your partner down the river. But when you guys come together, speak to him. Be honest with one another when it comes to decisions like this.
I was just gonna say, I can't remember where there was a bet involved and my partner was going like this. But luckily I stood at Yorkshire and I think it was Ivan. And Ivan was doing this the whole time. Okay. Then he kind of when I spoke to him, he's like, why were you putting it here? He said, no, I heard a bet. Is it Ivan? I don't know who it was. But he happened to be at Labours. And the guy is going like this. That Uncle Chairman of the Labours one, he was looking for me.
Guys, your pre-match can determine also how consistent you are with many decisions. So, non-verbal communication, determine it before the match already. Okay, speak to one another what I'm going to do. Ultimately, I've had decisions where somebody showed me bet, but in my opinion, standing there, I didn't hear anything. The full own your decision there. Okay, own it there. Okay, I even had decisions where somebody shows me his leg, but I heard two sounds. So I don't signal leg by because there's bet involved. And you will see it on the expression of the batter. Even when you show leg by, say, Umpy, that was one run that you stole from me. Okay? Ultimately, be confident, own your decision. Confidence is key. Even when you're making a boo-boo, confidence is key. Are there any questions? Height? Here we go. Another one. Where the impact is. Impact above the roll. Height. Okay. Now, can I just get a batter quickly? Batter. Anybody? Here we go. Right. So, what happens when the ball hits above the roll on the pad? What happens to the ball usually in a match? It projects upward. Okay, so it will hit above, project up. What does that indicate to you? That it's a bit too high. Okay. Another one. The ball hits below the roll. Where will it most likely end up? It will shoot immediately down. That's an indicator to you. Now listen, that ball cannot be going down there. Look at the impact. But now you get a ball that's just outside leg, clips, and ends up there. That's a clear indication, unless he's walking across his stumps, that the ball is angling down there. These are just small tips that you can use. Okay? Some of the balls will shoot from there, will shoot straight down. You can say, but look there, telling me down leg, but there's the ball. Okay? Lastly, communication between yourself and the captain of the team or the bowler. When there's an LBW shout, and it's a big one, what is your first response? If you're sure that it's not out, you're 100% sure that it's not out. It's a big shout. The whole slip goes up. Everybody, even the guy on the boundary goes up. Okay? It's important, good body language. You say, not out. You do not have to answer why. Unless the person comes to you or the captain comes to you and say, Umpy, why? Do not give the wrong answer. The ball pitches this side, outside off, hits him in front, and you say pitching outside leg. Your credibility is gone in that moment. Make sure your response is going to match what happened on the pitch. Okay? Right. Body language.
And your response is very short. Don't try to get involved in a sentence or whatever. It's maybe back to outside off, missing leg, too high, not coming to the sentence where you can push yourself in and get yourself to solve the problem.
Yeah, short and sweet, eh? Short there will be an edge, and then you don't hear it, then you will hit boom, and you think, yes, so this guy is out, and you stick within, like you shoot out within seconds, boom. Later on, you see that sound travel back to you. Now you're like, okay, I only heard it later. Take your time. I'm guilty lately of shooting very quick. Somebody said I have a shotgun. It actually doesn't look good, especially you have 9 LBW shouts. It's a form of dismissal. I'm not saying you can't do 9 LBW. But how does it look for the team, people watching, whether your decisions are right or wrong is not the point. And you go for everyone out. Out. What it says is that umpire came with a 9mm locked and loaded, ready to shoot in this match, even though it was not your intention.
There's the umpire.
Right?
There's the umpire.
So guys, take your time, make the decision as dead as it can be. If you know this guy is out, take your time, confidently take your time and take your 3 seconds. Okay? I can't tell you to count to 3. Some people just, if it's natural for you, if it's not, count to 3. Replay what is happening in front of you, then make your call. What it looks like to the team is that this umpire is really taking his or her time to take a good look at what happened. And now don't take too long also. It looks like also you're not determining who's shouting the loudest now. Okay?
Maybe one thing. Try to do that also not outs. You have the same amount of time to use for your outs or your not outs. That gives consistency to all the players in the field.
One question, you always answer, because you are standing on third man, boundary, it's a meaningful and LBW. Do you answer it? Or just shake your head? I always say not out.
I would, like I said, we're all different. This is up to you. I would say, what did you see? That's me. What did you see? Okay. Okay, Humpy. But some might not take it as a joke, you know. So we're different, you know. That's where your personality and your character comes in how you answer certain things. Some you can say, no, definitely not out. Or what you would have done the bowler, you tell him as well. But I would say, what did you see?
What if he's the only one appealing, but it actually would have gone on. But he's a bowling content now. You're answering an appeal. What you're seeing, what you as umpire saw, it was going to hit. Nobody else appealed. He appeals from third man. What do you do then?
You must make a decision. It's an appeal. It's an appeal. Whether he's there or not, it's an appeal. You need to answer it. That's not what you say.
A joke of an appeal. Thank you so much, Gaynor. I think excellent delivery of the law, and it is a mode of dismissal. Let's give it due consideration, every single LBW appeal, and if you need to give a reason as to why it's not out, you give a reason, short and sharp. Ladies and gents, the reason why we're having this today is because I get from Martin every week all the complaints on captain's reports, and there are some compliments as well, but 90% of those complaints are LBW related. And the fact of the matter is we should be giving out a lot less LBWs than we are. Sorry, we should be giving not out LBWs more than we are giving out. The 2 best pieces of umpiring advice I've ever got in my umpiring career, firstly is from the late great Ronnie Pulowski. I think in my young days I was shooting a bit too much, and he sat me down and he said, Tom, this weekend I want you to only give LBW out if it's on the back foot, okay? If it's on the front foot, don't give LBW out. And I said, yeah, but Ronnie, what if I think it's straight and it's hitting? He says, just don't give it out. Just don't give it out. And you call me on Monday and you tell me how it went. So I took his advice and I didn't give any LBWs out on the front foot. And you know what, guys? I had absolutely no complaints from any captain, any bowler the whole weekend, Saturday and Sunday. 50 over matches. In fact, Saturday was 2-day cricket, 120 overs. Saturday was a 50 over game. So just think about that for a minute. No LBWs given out on the front foot. Why? Because there's more doubt the further away the ball has to travel before hitting the stumps. Okay. And a good reason you can always give is, I'm just not sure that it's hitting. That's a very good reason not to give an LBW out. Okay. The second awesome piece of advice I got was from former President Desmond Barnes. He said to me, you will always get more noise and more complaints about a out decision that's wrong rather than a not out decision that's wrong. Okay? Think about that. You will always get more complaints that for an out decision that's wrong than a not out decision that's wrong. So my advice to you is rather err on the side of not out. Okay? In tournaments, Murray will tell you, the umpires who end at the top are usually the umpires who have given the least number of LBWs out in the week. Okay, these are stats. And stats can prove a trend, but they are also there for reality of the situation. Okay, I'm not saying don't give any LBWs out, but I'm just saying that the less LBWs you give out, the better you tend to be as an umpire. And Uncle Godfrey made a very good point about the percentage of deliveries that are actually going on to hit the stumps are actually quite minuscule. You get some bowlers who bowl wicket to wicket, but very few bowlers are hitting the stumps even 4 out of 6 times in an over. Okay, so please guys, I would love to get less complaints about LBWs. We've gone through this training, but it's all about the mindset. And I know it's easy when 11 players are shouting and screaming at you. The easy decision is actually to give it out. Okay, it takes courage to say not out when a bowler is on his or her knees begging and pleading. Peter Maritzburg 4-day game 2 weeks ago, I had Carl Simmons, left arm spinner, bowled 44 overs from my end. And in those 44 overs, there were 3 massive LBW appeals from him. And the first 2 I didn't give out, and there were all 3 of them were very big appeals. What happens at first class level is the guys tend to not appeal for nonsense. Okay, so you know when you get an appeal, then it's very close. And after the first 2, I didn't give out, and he said to me, Tom, geez, you know, we could be on our way home already if you'd given 1 or 2 of those. But you know what, guys? At the end of the day, Carl came to me and he said, very good decisions on the LBs. And players respect you more because they've screamed their lungs out at you, and you've been able to stand firm in your decision of not out against 11 strong appealers. That earns you a lot of respect. So why not try, if you've been giving out a lot of LBWs lately, why not try take the late great Ronnie Pulaski's advice, and this coming weekend don't give any LBWs on the front foot. See how that goes. And I'm sure Martin will tell me on Monday and Tuesday exactly how it goes.